Life has its moments when you're forced to face future challenges.
We were getting larger and larger jobs. Something had to change quickly.
Moments when managing a crisis transforms into creating possibilities.
I needed to double my space, and this came available.
Moments when growing bigger means thinking bigger.
I'll tell anybody that in business, one of the biggest challenges is cash flow.
See the full stories at webstermoments.com.
The main thing we do is to help people who are looking to buy a home for the first time.
For a lot of these clients that I work with, this is their first home. This is their life savings. So to be part of that, I think that's an amazing feeling. That's why I do this.
This is my father, Bill Tejada. He was a fireman in the city of Hartford for almost 30 years. He was a class of the first Spanish-speaking fireman in Hartford. So he was kind of a pioneer. He reached out to the community. He made relationships, kind of like what I do now. Same thing, right? Building relationships, building trust, and giving opportunities for, again, better quality of life for people.
It made a huge difference in my life to finally, at the age of 14, get my own room. So, I know what that's like, and I know what that can do for a family.
To see the feeling of accomplishment these people have really is kind of an overwhelming thing, and to think that I had a small part in that is pretty rewarding.
I feel happy, like when I get my customer, my client, my community member into their first home, the tears are real, the joys are real. Nothing compares to this.
There's a chance for everyone to become a home buyer, a homeowner. It's the American dream, and that's what Webster's all about.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's broadcast of New Logical Sports. We're here in the playoffs of the Metropolitan Conference of the Eastern Premier Soccer League. Number 2 seed Lansdowne Yonkers FC hosting the number 3 seed New York Greek Americans. New York Greek Americans looking like one of the league contenders alongside Lansdowne. Both had some pretty bad hiccups towards the end of the season to finish their respective places, but they look to go on the hard reset, which is the playoffs. Playoffs as they determines the actual champion of the EPSL. What you saw throughout the regular season, of course, is qualifiers for the playoffs, but determines the regular season champion. The regular season champion of the Metropolitan Conference belongs to the Pan Cyprian Freedoms. After falling second place in their last 2 attempts, they finally prevailed with a 1-0 win over Lansdowne and a aggregate win over New York Greek Americans. So the winner of this match will go to whoever wins tomorrow's match, which is between New York Pan Cyprian Freedoms and Zoomschneider FC 03. You ever think about how long these team names? You know, you go look at the NFL and you guys like the Bears and the Bengals. You know, but we got everything's got at least 15 characters in the name. So you know, it's a lot to read out when you're speaking it. I have no idea. Someone just asked me a question. But anyway, it looks like everybody has their full rosters. Looks like this could be a close game. When they had last time these two faced with a full roster each side, it went 1-0, and Eddie Speed goal in the first 5 minutes determined the result. I would say the next close game with these types of lineups was probably back in March of 2022 when New York Greek Americans won 1-0. So I'm thinking, not saying who would win, this probably could be a 1 or 2 goal game. It's definitely going to be something to follow, and it'll be pretty exciting to see who goes to the conference final. So hope you guys enjoyed the match. It looks like the referees are signaling to get this show on the road, and I hope you guys enjoy. Paul McVeigh, who's had plenty of great form in the month of May, is in the starting lineup. Eddie Speed, Aiden Rahil, Jonathan Mejia. Yeah, a bit of some blocked faces, so I'm going to have to figure that out soon. But it looks like we have Clement Ane back. Let's see on the Greek Americans. I see Badi Saeed. I think Greco's in there. George O'Malley. No Rodrigo. I think he's on. Patrick Seifert back. He was away for a little bit. Nico. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to be a pretty interesting game. See if I can catch it. Oh, I see Bala and Danzo. His head peeked out. Write in the comments who you think is going to win. Chilly night here. It's pretty hot earlier today. I think it was. We had some pretty summer-like weather throughout the day yesterday before the thunderstorm. Since then, it's been kind of back to that spring variety. And we have kickoff. Lansdowne get first touch on the ball. Just a congratulations to Shaquille Sanchez, who recently got married and understandably not available tonight as a result of that. Paul McVeigh immediately with the ball going for the through pass. You're going to go try for his signature cut. Passes out to the wing. Lady Speed spreads it over to Bala. Bala one touches it to Julio Espinal. That was the missing man I was looking for. He's a bit shorter than his teammates, so he probably buried himself into that huddle. Rahil really earned his way into the starting lineup throughout the season. It's good to see him become a staple in the back line now. Greek Americans finally break up the play and pass it back to Seifert. Bala. Rahil passing it back to Ane. Lansdowne Yonkers have a pretty congested June schedule, as do the Greek Americans. If you count their extended list of teams, the Lansdowne, whoever wins this match obviously would have to play next weekend, but after that is the Region 1 finals. Lansdowne are in the Fricker final. Greek Americans, their over 30 squad, are in the Mengel final. Of course, the Mengel final will involve a lot of their EPSL players, so it's very much a first team match as any other competition. So, and then whoever wins the next two playoff games, this and the next week's match, will be representing the conference in the EPSL Final Four. It will take place in our nation's capital, well, in the area, the DMV as they call it. There'll be full details on that announcement on the league social media in the near future. Seifert, after getting a little sense of how Lansdowne has approached the game so far, it looks like the Greek Americans looking to strategize here and deal with the pressure. When they were here about a month ago, actually was exactly a month tomorrow, Lansdowne just kind of destroyed them 3-1. It was a Jedi-like performance from Paul McVeigh. But of course, at the same time, to the credit of the Greek Americans, they were kind of dealing with a lot of personnel coming in later than they wanted. So, of course, they wanted to make sure that this matchup would be a lot more well-rounded and balanced. O'Malley, the Hofstra star, has been definitely one of the staple players of the Greek Americans in the last few years. He's a big contributor to their very tough defense that has brought them to a little bit of a revival in the way they contend for standings and the conference title itself. All right, turned over to the boys. 7 minutes into the match so far, and it's still scoreless. It was, I would say, the longest stretch since into a match that neither of these sides had scored against each other. It's kind of funny because when you look at a pair of matchups back in 2020, 2021, it was scoreless both times. Out of bounds. In Greek possession. McVeigh. And cleared out. Oh, he actually was able to play that out the back. That's some good decision making there. Out of bounds, Lansdowne able to push down on the sideline. There's a cross, headed out. Back in the midfield, Espinal. Lynch. Oh, that's a nice through ball there, but Saeed Robinson getting a talking to. Is he going to get a card? Free kick to Lansdowne. Looks like Espinal is getting ready to take it. The first real free kick attempt of the match, 12 minutes in. Oh, Seifert ensured that missed the target, but was just being careful. No touch on the ball, so it will be a goal kick. He extended his arm out, thinking he might have to parry that away. Bala. Not sure what the referee's calling there. But Richie Nuttall is not happy with that. A hit to the face from Robinson and results in him getting a card. Mejia, who really emphasized that where he got hit, gets up just a couple minutes later after the call. Body feeds it. That's a good ball. Here come the Greek Americans. That's a nice dribble. Sends it back. That's a good ball. Oh, down in the box, but no call. What a quick turnaround. He slides it. Now it's the Greeks in attack. This is they're looking pretty dangerous. Trying not to get the call for the foul. He's looking for a clean opportunity. Oh, and he skies it. An opportunity for the Greek Americans to go ahead at Tibbetts Brook Park, and it goes into the woods. Looks like there was some sort of deflection, so it will be a Greek Americans corner, and it looks like it'll be taken by Kareem Russell. Goal kick. Usually one of the struggles around this time of the year is when the UPSL, NPSL, all those other competitions start to resume and they start competing for the players, and players have to really commit to where they want to go. And that's usually a big wrench of an issue when it comes to some of these clubs keeping their sides at max. That's why at the EPSL they emphasize you have to make this league your main, and that goes to the players as well, I guess, on the personnel end. But it's also part of the great challenges. There's no singular sanctioned league for these tiers. They don't even really call this a tier. That's a good floater, but it just goes across the face of the net. He feeds it right back in. Just into the 18-yard box. He's trying to dribble his way along the goal line. It just goes out of bounds. Bit of an aerial battle in the midfield. Nolan cuts back. Out of bounds. Tried to slide that one towards the middle, and it goes out of bounds again. No, I get it.
It's actually better for them. They're not that far away.
No, I know.
Oh!
Great save from Ane. That looked like a close one from Syed Robinson. Oh, man down. Card for Kareem Russell. Paul McVeigh hoping he was to launch another one of his cutting techniques. Seifert fires that one out into the road. Whose car did it land on? I think it would land on Willie's truck. Still Lansdowne possession. Switching across. Ooh, a bit of a shove there. There's a good supply there. Oh, cleared out. Tries to dribble that one through. Nolan looking for his options. Speed trying to go for the sprint. Oh, good decision making there. Espinal fouled by Cream Russell. Cream can't believe it. Lansdowne with the free kick. Speed takes it short. Oh, right into the hands of Seifert. Tell you, great going back and forth at this point. This is the kind of entertaining match you want to see in the playoffs. McCann. Back to Rahil. Ane. Good transition is Speed. Going on a 1v1. He's in fine form, good supply, but good clearance from the Greek Americans. Attacks are just flaring back and forth. Rahil is going to have to deal with the pressure. Ane as well. Espinal driving all the way to the back. Carlos still in pursuit of the ball, but Seifert grabs that. Ooh, yeah. His feet wasn't even on the ground when he headed that. Like that's something you just can't believe that happened in an amateur game. That's just, that was kind of cool. You know, it's like it kind of reminds me of when Messi leads sideways when he headed the goal in the 2009 final. Except this was nowhere near the goal, but still. Foul called in favor of the Greek Americans.
Because there's one guy in charge, he doesn't have to worry about anything. He makes his decision and that's it.
Now it's the Greek Americans' chance to see if they can score something off a set piece. Is Kareem going to take this direct, or is he going to dummy it? Good supply, good header from Bala.
This game and the winner tomorrow, they play the final for the Metropolitan Conference. Well, I don't know exactly the whole thing. But then they have to play against the other division. Yeah, the other division. The other division is strong. There's only one team that's strong in the game for Northern. So last year they won the whole thing. When they're going to play the final? Yeah, New York or well, whatever. I don't know. Bill does that.
I know it is. Yeah. It's going to be in the DMV area. No. DC. You might as well come down with me. Ooh, take it down.
So this year, sometimes the referees feel they're going to go out. That's what Joe Brossi said the other day on the Long Island League committee.
Well, they're going to propose it. They have to propose it. We got to go out. We got to go out.
It's tough, you know.
But we cannot compete. You know, we cannot.
No, you know.
No, you're kidding.
We need to find someone who's like a real young hustler that can get sponsors for all
Yeah,
this
that's
stuff.
what
Like even if you got to give them some sort of a commission, like just they got to do it on every day, you know. Call, because there's people out there. I think it's just we're not finding them. There's a foul from a bit of a the shove there. Another foul. Uh-oh. Bala, who's just been dealing with all the discipline in his last few matches, gets carded once again. It was his sending off that really shook things up in the match between Lansdowne and the Pancyprians that ultimately resulted in the Pancyprians 1-0 victory. So he's definitely going to want to really caution himself. Any speed. Driving it all the way down to the pitch. Oh, he tried for the supply and it gets deflected. It is a really hot game. Look how fast they were just moving across the pitch. Good idea, but a little too soft there. Was able to clear that out. Heads it forward. Fires that one forward. And he was patient and was able to chip that one over to speed. A one-touch from McCann. O'Malley passing it back to Seifert. O'Malley trying to deal with the pressure. Oh, dispossessed by McCann. He wins the ball back. Speed. Switching it over really quickly to Nolan. Lansdowne looking better and better every minute. A dummy. A soft cross. Out of bounds. Yeah, it is pretty scrappy, Jack. Kind of like, it gives me the vibes of, like, I mean, I didn't live through this time, but it gives me the vibes of when I watched the old tapes of the original English First Division before the Premier League. Like, some of those games were really entertaining, but they were very, very scrappy, and the field conditions were obviously pretty garbage, which is actually kind of cool to bring up my next topic. I was just, we were talking about Luton Town, and if you look at the field conditions, they say it doesn't meet Premier League standards. But it's funny that team was in the First Division back in '92 when Leeds had won the First Division. That was like the last time they actually won the league title. Kind of funny that happened, because when you think about it, they got relegated this year. But when you think about it, that was the standards of a First Division team at that time. Looks like Lansdowne will get a free kick. But that was the standards of a First Division team at that time. And while things have aged and dilapidated, that met the standards. Now, of course, they got to commit $10 million to go with the renovations. It's neat to see things kind of frozen in time and give you a sense. But back to my original point, this does have the scrappy vibes of games from that era. Free kick to Lansdowne, and Speed is prepared to take it. It was bending towards Seifert, and he made sure to save it easily. Keep in mind, this is a knockout game, so if for some reason it had to end in a draw, it will go to extra time. Stayed in bounds. McCann. Very slick. McVeigh. Nice cross over to the other side. Espinal. Time to pull off his magic. Take it down for a foul and a free kick. Can we talk about the TST tournament? Newtown, I think, are about to go into the final. Can you believe Newtown are going to be in the final of that $1 million tournament, the TST, in North Carolina? They beat Dortmund. They beat all these guys. Of course, they sent, legends. No, I know. Of course, they sent their legends, but the chance at the big... Yeah, it just went over. That was really close. Huh? No, I know. No, I'm so used to this now that I know exactly what's gonna happen. Plus, I got the screen right there. No, you should. At least he didn't overly celebrate the near goal. I was watching a game last week where they over celebrated the goal, and I felt like I was watching the Jets. Where they just celebrate the first down and not the touchdown. Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to stand by my prediction. I think this is going to be decided by a lone goal. course, I could be wrong, but Zoom Schneider will be traveling out to the Pan Cyprians tomorrow night. Carlos. Clean tackle.
You have the same group. Like I said, last year was the first year they actually not in New York,
Good trap there.
How many teams have the 23?
It's eight so far. I think it's maybe a ninth team just came in, but I think it's 8 so far. So that would be the fair thing. Oh, just close there. Referee's summoning the both of them. Asking them to keep the peace. And I should have brought some WD-40. Oh, they just hugged it out in a sense. That's the way you want it to be resolved. It was like 64 or like 32, yeah. It was at Metsvanda.
Newtown went to the final.
No, I know. Carlos picked off. Good work. He tried to rush that one around, but goes out of bounds. Less than 4 minutes to the half plus stoppage time. Quite frankly, there wasn't too much stoppage. I would be. It would go into extra time. So because this is, even though this is a USASA sanctioned league, it's not a USASA competition per se. So they opted to put extra time. Yeah. Oh, now it's like, I think it's it's $80 an hour plus you have to pay a fixed fee for the lights. So you're paying roughly about $500-600 to use this. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like but to get the cushion time before and after to be able to get yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that was 150 when I used to rent them.
Well, when I was a teenager and I wanted to rent this with a bunch of friends, it was you had to pay a $500 bond plus $50 an hour. It was so they held your $500 bond for as long as you kept renting them, and then it was $50 an hour. So
Yonkers used to. But with the lights, without lights,
yeah,
during the day.
head it over. That's the grass now. That's what they charge for the grass now. Carlos, picked off. Here come the Greek Americans. Rahil switches possession back to Lansdowne. Speed. Through balls it to McCann. McCann, what a good switch. I gotta get some WD-40 for the stand, so my apologies. Oh, what a save. And he heads it! And what a clearance. Man, what a match this has been so far. And he tries to fire a rocket, but it goes into the woods. Hey, congratulations to Newtown. They're officially in the TST final. You can't believe that one. Oh, he really tried to jump in there. Good work there from Kareem. That was a very slick chip. Oh, he backheels it. Knocks it out for a corner. Another results. Lansdowne are down. I mean, not Lansdowne. Sorry. New York Red Bulls are down 2-0 against Orlando City out Red Bull Arena. Facundo Torres just scored off a penalty. Let's see what they do with his header. He punched it out. He persevered and he kept it. Free kick to the Greek Americans. It's like let's see if he can pull someone out. He heads it in. Greek Americans take the lead. George O'Malley with the header. After grinding it out, they draw first blood 45 minutes into the match. It's Greek Americans with the 1-0 lead here at Tibbetts Brook Park. Linesman, how much time? Ref, how much stoppage time? Well, no indication of how much stoppage time. Huh? Paul McVeigh being shoved off. But this has been the close game that everyone has been promised. Good control there. Speed. Puts a floater. Linesman, did he indicate how much time? One? Oh, just one. Okay, so well, we're well past that one. So I was just, I'm not even gonna put it on the. All right, he blows it for halftime. So halftime, 1-0 to the Greek Americans off a George O'Malley header. We'll be right back.
Life has its moments when you're forced to face future challenges.
We were getting larger and larger jobs. Something had to change quickly.
Moments when managing a crisis transforms into creating possibilities.
I needed to double my space, and this came available.
Moments when growing bigger means thinking bigger.
I'll tell anybody that in business, one of the biggest challenges is cash flow.
See the full stories at webstermoments.com.
The main thing we do is to help people who are looking to buy a home for the first time.
For a lot of these clients that I work with, this is their first home. This is their life savings. So to be part of that, I think that's an amazing feeling. That's why I do this.
This is my father, Bill Tejada. He was a fireman in the city of Hartford for almost 30 years. He was a class of the first Spanish-speaking fireman in Hartford. So he was kind of a pioneer. He reached out to the community. He made relationships, kind of like what I do now. Same thing, right? Building relationships, building trust, and giving opportunities for, again, better quality of life for people.
It made a huge difference in my life to finally, at the age of 14, get my own room. So, I know what that's like, and I know what that can do for a family.
To see the feeling of accomplishment these people have really is kind of an overwhelming thing, and to think that I had a small part in that is pretty rewarding.
I feel happy, like when I get my customer, my client, my community member into their first home, the tears are real, the joys are real. Nothing compares to this.
There's a chance for everyone to become a home buyer, a home owner. It's the American dream, and that's what Webster's all about.
Welcome back, everybody. Just a reminder that if this match were to end level, it will go into extra time, 2 15-minute periods of extra time, and then, if necessary, penalties after that. It's a pretty solid first half so far. A lot of back and forth, but Huh?
Number 7. He got a red card.
Today?
Last game. For throwing his shin guard.
Well, this is the playoffs. This is not the regular season. I picked the worst day to decide to put my hoodies, sweatshirts to wash because it's pretty darn cold. What a quick clearance. And it bounds again in a corner. No. Oh, no, not a bad game at all. Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I mean, when you look at the guys, it's not about who's missing. It's about who's on the field. And, no, it's a very fairly a 1-0 match from a George O'Malley header.
My English teacher will be very happy. No, you said, you know, we want to watch it. We are on the league. We want to watch the
Good switch. Oh, wow. How did it get to him? Just thread it through. Here's Hooley. Oh. Espinal. Paul McVeigh. Jonathan Mejia. Espinal very proactive. Key player. He rallied the comeback that Lansdowne had the last time they trailed at the half, which was to Loco Gunners back in, still in April, up in Massachusetts. NA. Rahil. Take it down. And cleared out. Greek America is going to have to do everything they can to maintain that 1-0 lead. Huh?
They're not the same team as 4 or 5 years ago. They used to be really good in the second half. I haven't seen them this year.
Here's a chance. He cuts right, and he takes a shot. Oh, and it goes in. Off a deflection, and he flips over. Saeed Robinson, who had to deal with all that punishment for the ref, punishes Lansdowne and doubles the lead for the Greek Americans. It's now 2-0 here at Tibbetts Brook Park. Lansdowne coming from a bit of a hole here. Well, huh? No, that's whoever has the controller over there. Yeah. So 2-0 to the Greek Americans. 51 minutes into the match. Eddie Speed with the card from the tackle. He was quick to give that. He was he rushed over. He's like, no. No, it was definitely a card, but it was just the manner in which he pursued it. I know. Well, that's why I'm still wearing this polo. I mean, I have this rain jacket here, but it's not really doing the job. And you know what's funny? It was the day I decided to put all my sweatshirts in the wash. Yeah. No, I know exactly what's going on. Hold on, I wouldn't tell you. Yeah. Nico, oh. Wide. 33 so far. No, that happened a couple times. Bahia. 1v1 with Nico. Man, how many cards? It's like, how many yellow cards do you think he's pulled out so far? At least 7, right? Yeah. See, what's really funny is if we had like an actual display board. I think they installed one at the smaller field over there, but it put a display board. You just feed a copy of this into that. That'd be cool. Yeah, right? Now, a lot of people ask me about replays. I have the functionality, but it's like you just need the bodies to press it while you do it here. Yeah. Takes it low, heads it towards. Seifert says, "Calm down." He gets it. If I recall correctly, I think the last time Lansdowne came from a 2-goal deficit, it was June 6, 2021. It was two goals down to FC Westchester, and 9 substitutions were made by Coach Friel, and Lansdowne just rallied back in stoppage time to tie it 2-2 and won it 4-2 in extra time. Can we see something like that again? Who knows? Oh, good dribbling there from Kareem. Saeed Robinson. Baladenza. Good work. Corner kick to the Greek Americans. Really could have used my WD-40, but I think I unloaded it. "56 minutes in, and it's the Greek Americans with the 2-goal lead. Goals from Robinson and O'Malley. In other news, Red Bulls down 3-0 to Orlando at home. Facundo Torres makes it a brace in the 73rd minute. Referees had to do a lot of minding today. Take a quick second to sit down while this guy takes a little breather. Brita, can you do me a favor? Can you grab that phone right there? And just the phone. She was in motion. Good work from Julio Espinal. Feeding it to Highland. Highland cutting back. Mejia. McVeigh. Out of bounds. See, that's the tepid store brand cola. I found the classic Coke. Yeah. It's like the ones you get out of the Lunchables, if I remember correctly. Nico looking to go for the long distance throw-in. Lansdowne take that throw-in instead. Ane. Good clearance there. And a handball. McVeigh, draws the foul. Oh, what a real shove. He's probably going to get sent. Surprised that's not a card. Oh, that was slick. Oh, is he going to finish it? Oh, good save from Ane. Oh, it's all the tricks. Ogunwale take it down. Nolan, one touches it to Mejia. Oh, picked off! Robinson trying to see if he can strike one there. He cuts back and it's dispossessed by Mejia. Oh, he tried to trap that one over. Let's see what the referee's calling. Free kick to Lansdowne. Good cross, headed out. Bala chases after the ball as it's going to space. Espinal. Picked off again. .67 minutes, and it's 2-0 to the Greek Americans. Will we see anything more interesting happen in this remaining 23 minutes or so? I don't think the Greek Americans have won at all at Lansdowne in any form of the EPSL since at Tibbetts Brook Park, since the founding of the EPSL. This would be their first. Oh, and he converts for goal number 3. And who is it? It's James Greco, the ex-Lansdowne player. Could that be the goal that ensures them their spot in the conference final? When you look at when they matched up a month ago, it was 3-0, but it was in the other direction. Good sequence there. Just trying to get some balance at it. There you go. I was just trying to see if that would. I think a lot of it has to do with the field just leaning. Yeah, at least I got the stand working a lot smoother. Ogunwale. Go for the cross. Highland. Good ball. Misses the target. Oh, you're right. Correction. You're right about that. There was a 2-0 deficit to Kid Super Samba. Good catch, Gary. I don't think I was actually not even at that match. I couldn't make it. Well, it would be cool to see if there was a rally from 3-0 down. I know Gary was in Europe. I don't know if he came back, but shout out to Gary Philpott. Actually, he may have made multiple trips to Europe. So I apologize if I'm misattributing one. Still in the box. Oh, it's skied again. This time by Cav. It's good to see him back on the field again. Always good for the magic moments. Dealing with a little bit of a head collision. It's see if he's okay. Dispossessed again. Greek Americans just matching every blow, but here Lansdowne again with the possession. Good for the build. He's got the ball. Tried to slice that one in, but Seifert saw it. Well, less than 12 minutes left to play. Doesn't really look like we'll be... doesn't look likely that we'll be going to an extra time, but you never know. Oh, good control! Good save from NA, and it's a corner kick to the Greek Americans. Deflected for another corner. And less than 10 minutes, and it's a 3-goal margin. I know I had predicted a closer game, but it looks like the Greek Americans found the way to break through. Headed towards the net. Oh, goes wide. Heads it forward. Stay in possession. Mejia. Daryl Kavanaugh. Pass not complete. Good cut.
One over there, that's the worst because it's all mud in the back.
84 minutes in, Greek Americans 3-0 lead. What can we expect from these final few minutes? Oh, he took him out. Oh, looks like Mullings here on the pitch. Oh, and he gets it out. A lot of credit to him making an appearance in this match. He was just in London yesterday celebrating his brother's birthday, which reminds me, I know it's actually in a couple days, but happy birthday to the true Nate the Great, the one in real life, Nathan Cato, with the Fully Geeked podcast that you can listen to on Spotify. He reaches the real milestone, turns 40. Which, in my eyes nowadays, I mean, I just turned 30 recently. In my eyes, 40 doesn't even really seem old anymore, so it's just... Mejia. Espinal. Oh, good work from Mejia. It's a good tandem there with Espinal. Ogunwale. Good cut. Good cut. Kept in bounds. It's amazing how many times both Lansdowne Greek Americans and Penn Cyprians faced each other this year. It was like so many different meetings. I think it was, well, for Lansdowne, it was the 2 league appearances, this, and Open Cup. Penn Cyprians, they met Manning Cup, Fricker Cup, and then 2 league appearances. It's like El Clasico. You just a lot of common matchups. Well, you know, it's a testament to them also being really good sides. They're always meeting each other in the big matches. Oh, gets through the jungle and he puts it in. Oh, that would have been amazing to come off a plane and then score a goal. Close though. Open net. Referee stops the play. Oh, we're just about a minute left into the match. We're officially in stoppage time now. No indication as to how much they're going to give. But it's looking pretty clear that Greek Americans are probably going to the conference final to meet the winners of the matchup tomorrow between Greeks and between Penn Cyprians and Zoom Schneider. No, but it's not about who's missing. It's who's on the field, and yeah. Good header from Shamir. Good control. Good trap. Offside too.
Stood there and I watched them. 3-0. why the other thirds complain for the Greek American put it to play and
Well, his Ukrainian center. Yeah. That's where most of the games are. And then since center have no fields, they only have 3. They're gonna have 4 fields. They put the women and the other players on the other field. The other field is not in the same area. Well, yeah, in the same area, but the other field is the home team of the other team. The other team made the final. Yeah.
Offside.
Then want to play against them on their own field. The field is a field.
Cyprian's there too?
Ooh! What a collision.
And they were supposed to play the Fricka Cup too because they won. The Cyprians won the Fricka and the amateur Cup. But then they want to play. So we give it to the guys that want to set the final with them. The Fricka.
Wins the ball off of him.
Who's in the amateur cup?
The amateur final is going to be between Newtown and Sure Sport. Sure Sport FC from Maryland.
Not Christos.
Christos is the over 40s. Not really sure what's going on there, but it's like a last bit of, probably the last throw into the match. Oh! Tries to deflect this one and he clears it out. Went right into him. Ooh, red card for Eddie Speed. Assuming that this is their last match of the season, he'll, actually, I don't even know how it works, to be honest with you. I'm assuming he would have to miss the first match of the next season, but whatever. What was it? I think when Zidane committed his headbutt and he was retiring after that match, he had to do a day of community service. Because they didn't really know how else to handle it. Full-time whistle. Greek Americans win 3-0 here at Tibbetsbrook Park. A lot more intense than people had suggested. But it will be the Greek Americans that will be going to the conference final. It's interesting because their first 2 years they were struggling. They had issues even trying to make the playoffs. They came in 5th in the first half of the season and wasn't able to even compete in the second half of the bracket to make the 2021 playoffs. 2022, they had a bit of controversy with the ineligible player with Duxa, and they were pretty much a win out of the playoffs. This year they make the playoffs, and now they're in the conference final. A big turnaround for the Greek Americans, and fair play to them. And that's the end of the season of the EPSL season for Lansdowne. It started off pretty strong with well, I actually wouldn't say 7, but a great deal of unbeaten matches before just a springtime slowdown that brought them into 2nd seed, and that's where it ends. So will Lansdowne be back in action in the Fricker Cup final on June 18th at noon in the Ukrainian Sports Complex. Greek Americans will find out who their opponent is tomorrow, but if Pan Cyprians win, they have to travel out to the Pan Cyprians presumably next Saturday or Sunday. But if Zoom Schneider wins, they'll be hosting Zoom Schneider probably 8 o'clock next Sunday. So till then, hope you guys enjoyed the match, and